Certainly the Trump administration needs to come in with some sort of policy here, but there's also divides related to how these tech oligarchs' relationship with the MAGA base, because the MAGA base wants that done here at home. I don't know that Elon Musk and Sam Altman, they don't want things to be done overseas where it can be cheaper.
Well, again, there's a disconnect between this cabinet of oligarchs, so to speak, and what the base actually voted for. And so if you are a Democrat on the Hill, you've got to be asking Donald Trump the question. Remind us, how does Elon Musk's seat in the White House affect prices at the grocery store? Remind us, how is he going to keep Americans safe? So that is kind of the question that should be, I think, posed to Donald Trump, who has made very clear that he wants these people to be at the table of power. And I don't understand how that's going to help everyday Americans who are living very different lives than those at Davos. So I don't know that that's breaking through. I don't know how much kind of sussing there is of these oligarchs on Fox News or in kind of social media worlds of everyday Trump voters. But that's kind of the question. How do you get that message that Donald Trump isn't working for you? He's working for these oligarchs.
Joe.
Well, I mean, that is a battle that has been raging. We've seen it raging. Steve Bannon, of course, talking about the MAGA base and going head to head in this sort of MAGA battle with Elon Musk. And Mika, the question I have is, and there's no evidence that Elon Musk is being pushed aside now or any time in the near future. But the question is, how many distractions will Donald Trump put up with before he says enough? Let's remember in that battle, I won't repeat what Elon Musk called working Americans, but he was just very denigrating to working Americans and the MAGA base. And so you had that battle between the oligarch and the MAGA base, the people who elected Donald Trump. And then you have this scene the other night that the New York Times is reporting on, and we're seeing the impact on Reddit and other places. Again, is that going to move poll numbers? No, probably not. But again, at some point, people that know Donald Trump, reporters that have been reporting on him for a decade will say there are few things he hates more than distractions brought about by bad press clips from people around him. And I'm just curious, how many bad press clips, how many insults to his projects, how many distracting actions coming from an oligarch is he going to put up with before he goes, you know what, I'm going to substitute that oligarch for 3 other oligarchs who aren't constantly looking to make headlines through shock and awe tactics. That's really the question in the coming months about that relationship.